Well, hello everyone. We should be live, and now I've got to copy over a link real quick. Give me a second. I'm running behind a little bit. Just trying to get my yard mowed before I got too late tonight, and my main lawnmower died. So that's it's the way it works. So let me go into what kind of snake is this, North Texas, and we're going to create a post, and I'm going to paste the link. Why can't I not? Let's see what's going on here. Oh, there's. Oh, I did that. But okay, link should be being posted right now. There we go. So awesome. All right. As you see tonight, I have a different screen, a different background. So every month, every week, I'm going to try to put a different background add a different background to the live stream. And it might be different places I go. We can always talk about maybe you want to spam. I'm trying to have a guest on too, Josh Freed, but something went wrong with the message I sent him. So give me a second to do this again. It popped up. Maybe it went to spam. I'm not sure, but I'm sure it was the right one because it popped up with his name once I typed it in. But let's try it again. Yep. Why is it not wanting to do that? I'll invite guest. There it is. Okay, copy that. All right. Now I should be able to. This might make my stream go wacky, but we should be okay. Bear with me a second here. I promise I'll get better at this. This time I just ran behind. I would have had this all set up. All right. Okay. Let's just do that, and then yeah, I know this is kind of a boring part. If you're doing watching this thing on not the live stream, but later on, feel free to jump ahead. Yeah, that's the. Oh, aha! There's I did do a mistake. Hang on there. Hang on, I sent the wrong address. I forgot NS. Bear with me. I promise this does get better. But we're gonna try if I can pull my act together here. I'm gonna try to have Josh on, and he's going to be kind of help me out. We're gonna talk about some of the things, the upcoming events, and some of the. Okay, I'm sending it now, Josh, and some of the stuff that's going on in the What Kind of Snake Is This North Texas group. If somebody could let me know if I'm got good audio and video, I would really appreciate that. I'm looking for something here. There we go. Normally, I'm going to try to do these live streams on a probably Thursday night. This week, I didn't do it because Michael Smith, a really good friend of mine, is going to be doing a webinar, and it's going to be a pretty awesome webinar. He's really good at he's dedicated to reptiles and amphibians primarily, but he's a naturalist. It's just a general overall naturalist, and so it'll be a great to follow that. I'm pulling it up right now. The information about that. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, well, sort of. Oh man, I can't get down far enough. Oh well. It's just a picture of a cool rattlesnake at the top. But the wildlife of Texas, reptiles and amphibians. It's going to be a multi-day, I think it's a five-part series. As you can see at the top here, he's got the dates of his events. So it's going to be about an hour and a half long presentation. This will be next Thursday night, starting at 7 o'clock. So I will try to post that link. Try to remember to post that link on this web. What do you call it? This live stream. I'm also live streaming on YouTube as well. I can hear and see you. Thank you. Audio and video are great. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. So I would definitely highly recommend doing this. If you're interested in reptiles and amphibians at all, this would be an excellent opportunity for you to learn a lot more. So, and the next event that I have coming up would be, see, what would be the next one? Next one is the DFW Herpetological Society meeting, and that would be this coming weekend, this coming Sunday, at 2:30 in the afternoon over at the Dogwood Canyon Audubon Center. If you know where that's at, if you've ever been there, it's a pretty cool place. I really like the Dogwood Canyon. I'm pulling up the Herp Society's page right now with the events, the upcoming events. There's the event. We pull it up so we can all see it. Okay, and let's try this. Man, I see why these people now need a person in studio. But here you go. The May 26th meeting. This meeting will feature. Wow, it didn't pull up. I thought it would pull up the whole thing. Okay, here you go. Show more. All right, Jeremy Armstrong will be our speaker. He is going to be talking about iNaturalist. If you guys have never experienced iNaturalist, I highly recommend you do it. iNaturalist is a great tool for documenting anything living that you find. It works pretty good for quick identifications. If you find some weird plant or you find some weird animal, you're not sure what it is, an insect or things like that, you can take a picture of it, upload it to iNaturalist, and you can even ask the AI what it is, and it's either going to be right on or it's going to be completely wrong. You pick a picture of some kind of butterfly or moth, that, but it tells you it's an elephant. I mean, or it's going to tell you the exact family it's in. Maybe we can't get it down to the species. We'll get it down to family and give you a bunch of different species. But even if that doesn't go right, then you can. Even if that doesn't go right, then other people will come in later on and they can identify it for you. So, Josh, were you able to see my invite at all? I'm not sure if anything went wrong or something's wrong on your end, but I'm not seeing anything here to add you. Sorry, there's only like a couple people watching anyhow. I've bored them already. So please come out to the meeting and check out iNaturalist, and it really does help out scientists and a lot of different uses for it for scientific reasons, and you'd be surprised how many people use it. I use it all the time. So you can actually look up my name and you can look at the sightings that I have found and all the observations, and you can obscure things, so you can post what you saw and kind of where you saw it. But if you hit obscure for anyone else that's looking except for you, and maybe if you put it into a group, then they might be able to see it too. But then it obscures it, so it's kind of like gives you a big general area. It puts a dot in a map, but that dot will not be where you saw it. It'll be within the big giant range of where it could have been at. So that's pretty cool. I like that. So that'd be a great meeting. If you want to come out and meet me and some of the other admins, I know some people are going to be there. It'll be a lot of fun. So come on out. We'd love to see you. And there's no fee. It's free. You don't have to be a member of the Herpetological Society or anything like that. It's going to be all free. So, okay, now I'm going to jump in. Oh, the next event. I guess I could have kept this up. But the next event's the cool event. All right, this is the one I highly recommend you coming out to. Let me switch it over, show you what I can see here. And that is the Snakes of Tarrant County at the Fort Worth Nature Center. We do it on Memorial Day weekend, so that's going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, 10 to 3. We try to have all the snakes that live in Tarrant County out on display. We're right now currently grabbing different animals that we're going to be displaying up there, so it's going to be really cool. That's always a great event. Have lots of animals. You can come behind the scenes and you can talk to us and not behind the scenes, but you can show up, and we have snakes in enclosures all around the. Send me the link again. Sure. We have cages are set up all around the building, and we have people behind them to help you answer questions and things like that. So let's try this again. I wonder if I sent it to the same email address because I get so distracted. But I'll find out here in a second. My email. So the Snakes of Tarrant County is, you can hang out all day long. You have to pay admission to get into the nature center, but we don't charge any extra admission to come into the room we're in. So you can come in there no problem for free. And then, of course, when you're done with us, then you can take a hike around the nature center and check all the stuff. They have bison there. They have they have prairie dogs back now too. That's pretty cool. Let me make sure I got this right. Images.com. Okay. All right, I know it's going to the right place this time. The subject line will be invite. So tonight's going to be a little kind of learning curve for me too. If I could spell, everybody knows me, knows I can't spell. All right, there it goes. Off it went. All right, let's close the email out. Try not to close out my live stream. That would be very helpful. So yeah, come on out and see us. It's a cool event. You can hang out all day there, come around, walk around, do what you want, come back. It's very cool. Also, I mentioned this background behind me, and I didn't really say where it was at. This is at the, what's it called? Chamber, no, it's, why do I just go blank? It's a wildlife management area down by Corsicana. And it's, right by, oh man, it'll come to me in a second. But it's a big area. They have these big giant ponds. This is all lotus, as far as you can see. They have a bunch of these ponds set up. And they're designed to filter water out that comes out of the Trinity River after it goes through Dallas. You can imagine how polluted it is. It goes Richland Creek Wildlife Management Area. That's it. So it goes through that wildlife, through all these. They pump it into all these big ponds, and they have gates on them that control what goes where, and it runs through there and purifies the water. And then as it gets purified, then it is pumped over to Tarrant County. Oh well, I added you to the screen. Hang on here. Oh yeah, I added you to the screen, but let me see if I could fix that a little bit, because that's not gonna work. Okay, let's see if we can. Can you hear me, Josh? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to hear you.
Yes.
Hang on, I forgot to put my headphones in and do that. Oh man, there's too much going on. I really got thrown off by running behind. So give me a second. I've got to turn that off there. Let's see, got my Bluetooth. I popped it up here. Hang on a second here. Why am I not seeing? Oh, it's not finding it. Oh, wonderful, because I don't have any speakers plugged into this thing. In this computer. Hang on a second here. Let's try something else. Just hold on there, Josh. Everybody else might be able to hear you, but I can't hear you.
No problem. I don't know if anybody can hear me or not.
It looks like you're kind of breaking up a little bit. Do you have a pretty good signal? Of course, you can't hear me. I can't hear you respond.
Yeah.
Nice. That sucks. I cannot find these. These are my nice new JBLs. I have not hooked them up to this computer before. It's not going to work.
Can everybody else hear me?
I was hoping they would show up here in a second, but they're not going to show up. Let me turn this device off, turn it back on. Sorry guys, just bear with me here. We should have tested this out earlier, but I ran out of time. That was my fault. Okay. It says it's pairing. I heard it in my ears, but I don't know what it's pairing to. I don't want that.
Is that a lot or is that a little, Jeff?
Yeah, this is fun. I see your mouth moving, but I can't hear you. It's not connect to. It's not even seeing these speakers. Well, plan B. Give me 30 seconds. I know the old pair that I used to use, they'll work. Because I see them on the list. Hang on.
Yeah, sorry about that. No, Lord, I'm really sorry about that, Chris.
Okay. Let's see. Hopefully these show up. This sucks. Yeah, these aren't showing up either. What the heck? These are nice Bose speakers. Nice Bose ones. Well, oh, wait a second here. Coming on. Say something.
Something.
Okay, gotcha. You're delayed, but I got you.
Okay.
All right. All right, now I got to fix the screen.
We're going to lose Matt to the bathroom here in a minute.
Say get? What'd you say?
I said we're going to lose Matt to the bathroom here in a minute.
Okay. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, now you're shrunk down a little bit. That's a little better. But let's go get you on the live stream so we can go to the group. Come on.
So they said that they can see me and hear me.
Good. Yeah, they should be able to. They should be able to hear you and everything, but I couldn't because I didn't have any speakers or anything. Because I put speakers on that this microphone picks it up, and then reverb, so I don't want speakers on with the microphone.
Yeah.
But sometimes I've got away with it, and it's okay. It's just kind of hit or miss. Okay. Here we go. Now I need to add you to that screen. How do I add you there without losing you there? No, I don't want to remove any there. I said add to screen. There we go. Okay. Almost there. I don't put you. I'll put you right above me, so we're not going to be in the way of seeing what's going on the screen. That should work. There we go. All right. Now should both be up there, and everything should be good. All right. There we go. Okay. All right, now here we go, the main part of the event. So, how was your day been? Mine's been hectic.
Yeah, it's busy. Yep.
So, all right, so here we go. Let's jump into here. Good old Kaufman County. I think I know what it is. Should know it is if
Oh
you've been in the
yeah.
group for any amount of time. This should be a pretty easy one. This is like the most common snake that we find. So that's just going to be a good old western rat snake. You can kind of easy way to identify these is that white lips and that gray head. And sometimes people call these like a sheriff badge, but I don't see that really because a lot of times there's no points here. It's just kind of more a saddle. But maybe people are seeing stuff I'm not. There's the link to the stream. Wish it was showing more than just that, but nothing I can do about that now. Oh, that's interesting. What does
Yeah.
it say?
Right.
Just ID? Yeah, hopefully that's posed. I'm really hoping somebody staged that because if not, that's kind of a
Yeah, he hasn't responded yet.
okay.
Definitely one
You've
of the
asked.
things you have to look out for in Texas. If you're going to leave your shoes outside, always look inside them before you put your foot in there.
Yeah, not just snakes. There could be scorpions, spiders, all kind of sort of stuff.
Mhm.
But it looks like a nice, pretty one. Obviously, that's a broad banded copperhead. And oh man, look at Kaufman County. How many times we've seen this with the, especially with the
Yeah.
with the, and it's the same species over and over again. Every once in a while, I get something
Yes.
different.
I was just about to say it always seems to be the plain bellies that get stuck
Yeah,
in the water caps, going after the frogs that get inside there.
I think it's probably the most likely scenario to going after some food in there. Getting these out can be a pain because that doesn't give. That's a
Mm-mm.
hard object, and cutting into it's really difficult without hurting a snake. It's almost impossible. So you've got to lube it up, and the a snake kind of works when it gets into something. It works kind of like a Chinese stinger trap. So you know how your Chinese stinger traps go when it goes in when you try to pull back out, it locks down.
Mm-mm.
It sort of does the same thing with their skin. It bunches up when you try to pull them out. It bunches up
Mm-mm.
right in front of where you're trying to pull them. So you got to
And
push the snake in a little bit, pull the skin on the other side back, and pull them out almost by the skin instead of by the. You're almost pushing the tail through, so you're getting their vertebrae to go into the hole, their skin to come out of the hole and slide the whole thing back by putting tension on it. And it's not an easy thing to do, especially on a snake that's heavily keeled like this. Those keels grab
mm-mm.
and that's a difficult situation. First thing
Especially
you
when
want
they
to do
get
is,
scared and then start swelling up. They puff up real big when they get scared, and that just makes it harder.
yeah, one thing you could do, the first thing you should do is get the thing out of the sun. Get it into a garage, get it in the shade. Because the thing is going to be already overheating and it's just going to continue overheating. So first thing to do is get that sucker in the shade and before you start working on it. But that's a tough one. It looks like you've already ID'd it. Cool. Anyone know what this is? Oh man, that's definitely another. This is another good example. This happened last stream too. This is a plain bellied water snake, a juvenile. So you got the dark adult here with these little bands on it, and then you've got the baby. Where's this one at? Kaufman County. Those markings right there on the side. I don't know. I guess it's probably plain bellied.
Yeah, they
I
look
was
kind of
thinking, man,
bunched together, right?
it's just that the shape of it and the little bit of like highlights around the edge made me think
Mm-mm.
it might have been a Cypodon, a northern water snake. It was a quick glance, but I don't think it is. I think it's just plain bellied. That's why I was wondering what county it is because those are only found in a couple counties here
Right.
in Texas. So if it wasn't around White Rock Lake or north, right on the border, it's probably not. Oh man, this is a timber rattlesnake, man. I can't find these. Have you ever found one of these alive? Have you ever been able to find one?
Brad. I haven't found one. I've had a couple of relocations bring them to me for photographs. I've done quite a few studio shoots with them, but I haven't actually found one in the wild yet.
Ah, yeah, I haven't either. I've looked at the places they're supposed to be, when they're supposed to be out, and I went with the guy that's doing research on them. Is like the top herper around here, and I can't find it. I go back home, and he messaged me, "Oh, my wife found one on the way back from the grocery store." I'm going, "Come
Yep.
on, man, you're
Yep.
killing me."
That's
But
how that goes. Hmm.
jumping over here to the comments, is there anyone like this in Pecan or Frisco area that can do info shows on snakes? I would contact Amethyst Rooney. She's probably the one that's in that area that's probably going to be the most active up there. I know she's got a lot of things on her plate right now. She may not be available right now, but maybe in the future. If you would, just send me a private message and I can get you her name. You can get you in contact with her because I know she does other things like that in that area. Matt Morris, super nerds. Yeah, sup nerds. Yeah, we're nerds, all right. I can't even figure out how to work the streaming stuff. So. Jeffrey Dunning, hear you almost as
Brad,
much
stop.
as we say. What's up? I'm getting hear you almost as much as we see you, Jesse. Let's talk snakes. Okay, here you see you. We hear you, Josh. Caught in a rhodiourthocaster the other night. Cool. They were definitely out a couple nights ago. Man, they were out. I was out driving the roads and found just driving around, happened to see 5 copperheads, plain belly water snake, diamondback water snake, and a ribbon snake, and that was just like about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I know he's covering the whole screen all the way behind on the chat. I'm trying to look down through real quick, see if there's anything, any kind of real questions or anybody needs help or anything. That water makes me sound like I have to pee. Yeah, I'm in my fish room, so I actually currently have a lot more fish aquariums than I do snake tanks, even though I'm definitely passionate about snakes. So, sweet, I grew up around the backyard. Have you been to Garland lately? Love the large cowboy hat they installed in downtown. No, I have not been there. I'm trying to look through real quick, lube it up. I think people were talking about that one. I think I'm almost caught up there. Anyhow, so all right, let's jump back into the stream. What kind of snake is my daughter's back porch? Maypearl. Yep, the other plain bellied. I mean, these are getting super common. You can tell from this one by the little, almost little chalk marks they call it. Yep. See, hey, Josh is on every single one of these, man. I mean, we got the right guy on here tonight.
Yeah, I make a lot of IDs in a lot of groups. I have too much time on my hands.
Well, that's very helpful. My son was.
Yeah, that's a lie. I do it while I'm got all kinds of stuff going on.
So my son has apparently forgot the number one rule: don't pick up unless you know what they are. Yeah, that's a good rule to have. Yeah, I'm fairly certain, and it's not one of the major venomous ones. I like the way you put major venomous because I believe these are the ones that do have a little bit of toxin to them, but they're completely harmless to humans. They're not harmful in any way. And I've only found 2 of these in my yard, and unfortunately, I hit the one I just found with a lawnmower. It kind of sucks, but there's nothing you can do about it. In the high grass, there's no way of doing anything. So,
Yeah.
I do have a coral snake. So my coral snake got fed, and that's the only good part. Which I will probably have him out. Well, I mean, I should, unless something happens. I will have him out at the Snakes of Tarrant County too. Hello, happy place. Thanks
So
for
I always
joining us.
hesitate a little bit on these decays. Usually the first thing I look for is the big spots on their neck. We also have some areas where there are red-bellied snakes, and sometimes the red-bellied snakes can look really close to decays brown. So I'm always looking for basically differentiators between red bellies and the decays.
About the only one I know for sure works is if you look at the side of the face, there's a couple eye markings, and one of them is different than the other. And I always forget which is which. I have to look it up, but I know at least I know what to look for. But a picture like this,
Yeah,
if you told
has
me,
the black line.
yeah, but I couldn't remember does the red belly have any lines at all, or is there like a 2 on it? There's one of them.
The red bellies have the white spot, have the white scale
Okay.
on the back, and then the decays has the little teardrop looking black line.
Okay. It's hard to remember all the details.
All right.
Hey, I'll tell you a quick story. We were out in East Texas it was me and a couple other guys. One of the people's with us was the state herpetologist at the time. And we're doing a new project where we're doing biological surveys of people's properties. So we were the herp side of it, all three of us, and it had other groups for plants and insects and stuff. They had all kind of people out there. So we were running around. We're picking up in the county we were in. Red bellies had never been found before. We picked up a red belly. Didn't know we had a red belly. Didn't even look for the markings. We just assumed it was a decays. Took some photos real quick. Let it go. It's just the decays. They're everywhere. No big deal. Well, when I posted them online, somebody's like, "Hey, you need to take another look at that." Well, we're good friends, and I was like, "What?" And luckily, I took a picture of the side of the face, and I got a really good picture of the side of the face. It was clearly a red belly, so that was a county record. And we did the same thing with a spotted salamander. That was a county record. We thought it was a marbled salamander. We were just not thinking right. There was another snake. We had another county record too. There was 3 different county records that trip. And we misidentified 2 of them. He said it feels so bad. We had a state herpetologist with us. But everybody makes mistakes.
Especially when most of what you see is decays. So you're just like decays, and you just get kind of complacent, and you see a red belly, and you're like, "Yep, decays," and you're like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Yep, I skipped over the gruesome turtle that got hit. That one's not savable, but they're probably going to take it to nature's edge. Oh, that's a pretty one. I'm not sure where that's at. Full Shore, Texas. I would have to look that up. Full Shore.
Full shear, yeah. Oh, they're so pretty. I love cottonmouths.
I'm looking for a nice, pretty one with real heavy bands on it, where it's clear to see them. The one I have is almost black. The one that Amethyst has is black. But so it's just like, man, hardly any pattern. But I know where I can go to get some.
It's awesome to see them when they're light like this.
When they're young, they tend to be brighter color when they're young. But that's one of those tend to be rules. I've seen the opposite. They go from dark and turn bright colored later on. But generally, when they're younger.
Yeah, we found a handful of them out in Rockwall last year, I think it was. And even the juveniles were really dark. I was kind of disappointed because every single one that we found was super dark, and we didn't get any light ones.
That's a bummer. We got Steamboat, Texas, or Steamboa, Texas. Steamboat. Let's put Steamboat, Texas. A lot of earth snakes in Wiley. And then he also says copperheads too. Copperheads, yeah. But they tend to stay. Well, I've seen some. The babies are like black and white. I mean, I'm like not really black and white, but more like a no color to them at all. I mean, no bright reds. The gray, yeah. And then they color up as they get older. I mean, I've actually had one.
I've quite a few of the young copperheads that I've found in Waxahachie tend to be gray. A lot of the juveniles I've photographed out here that I've found in this area have been that gray color. They're really cool looking.
I had one copperhead, broad-banded. I don't know why I didn't keep it, but I have a photo of it with a normal copperhead, but it is an adult, but it's gray. There's no red on this thing. It's like two-tone gray. And it was with a regular copperhead, so it stands out. And I was like, why did I not keep that? But anyhow. Let's see, what else do we got going on here? Oh, yeah. Everybody's favorite. This is the good old Eastern hognose. This is the weird. That picture is weird on its head. It's just I can't even tell where the head's at.
It's odd, yeah.
Just a weird photo, I'm sure. And the way the angle of things
at. The big black spots that you normally look for on the neck seem kind of in a weird shape, but they're there.
And the overall pattern on the side's kind of missing here too, and that's a unique color one. It's not a typical pattern. That's kind of neat. But that's a little baby one. Let's see what we got here. Not my photo, but they were calling this a rat snake. Head shape and nose indicates hognose to me, but the color and pattern and the photo appears muddled. Well, I can't even tell what that is. That's not going to be a rat.
Yeah, I had to zoom in.
That's
on
a coach.
one.
Okay, yeah, it's a coach whip.
That's a coach. It looks like an Eastern coach because it's dark.
Got that dark head. You ever try to photograph
Hmm.
an Eastern, a really good Eastern? The head on it,
Yes.
it's kind of hard because it's like almost like it's velvet. I found it
Mm,
hard to focus it right because you couldn't. It was just so black that you really couldn't figure
yeah.
out where the focus was actually at on the head.
Right. Definitely. Definitely one of the snakes you want to light if you can, if you're trying to get good photographs. Um,
Yeah.
a lot of times I carry a flash out with me when I go out just for stuff like that. When the lighting is bad or the snake is blending in a little bit much, I can use lighting to kind of lighten up the features and see them a little better.
Amber Cagle says, "Look at Josh looking Joshy."
Yeah, I'm pretty Joshy looking.
Yep. There we go. I had a pretty hard rain. I found this little guy on the sidewalk. It's just a little rough earth snake. This is another one that could,
It's another
you know,
weird.
yeah, it's kind of a weird black head on it and stuff. But
Yeah.
rough earth snakes in general can be misidentified for smooth earth snakes. They look very similar unless you have a kind of a good close up of them.
Mhm.
But that one's pretty much a rough earth snake. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it's easily a rough earth snake. The head does look has kind of a weird shape to it, though. I don't know if it's the
Yeah,
photo or what, but his head just looks funny.
yeah, it may have been injured or something. Who knows?
Some eggs.
Oh man, this is cool. What is this? So tiny eggs in a warehouse, in a box in a warehouse. Those are going to be geckos. Yeah, you see how they're cracked like that, and they're probably going to be. Oh, it's hard to tell size. It's going to be really small, and in a
Yeah.
box like that, or in a wall. If you pull the wall down, or a garage, you pull stuff back. Those are going to be Mediterranean gecko eggs. Hey, that's my daughter. ID'd that one. Man, this is kind of funny. Last night with all the heavy storms we had, my coworker was down in Itasca, and he was driving through, and he saw the storms. He pulled over there at the central office for AT&T, and he pulls in, goes in the building, and he ended up getting baseball-sized hail. But before it started hailing, it's going to
Oh
small
yeah.
hail. You know, he gets a small hail coming down, and he went out the door and looked out the door, and a small rat snake came up and tried to get in the building, just to get out of the hail. I thought that was cool. Of course, he's not scared of snakes. That's funny. I mentioned his name. He's calling me right now.
Oh
That
wow.
is hilarious. I'll have to call him back. But I would have picked that sucker in and said, "Come on inside, dude. Hang out." But he got his windshield busted out and his side window busted out and the car beat
Oh,
up.
that's awful.
Yeah, this is pretty much another one of those common snakes. Walked right by it and didn't see it. Yeah, this is a nice little, kind of a juvenile Western rat snake. I almost said
I
Texas rat
just
snake. They
noticed we
used to
have a
be.
guess on there.
Oh, we do? Looks like, yeah, okay. So in the group, if you
Wild
mention
guess.
looks like, we consider that a guess, even if they were right. In this case, they were wrong. But even if you're right, if you say looks like, so this will get deleted. So it looks like somebody's even laughing at it, but don't really condone laughing at it, but it should have been deleted. But see, I could pull up the stats for the group, but we get thousands of comments. I mean, literally, like 10,000 comments a day in the group when it's active. And I'm not underestimating. It might be a 500,000 comments in a month period when it's full active. So there's no way we could catch every single comment. But when we do, or you see something like this and you think it should be removed, just report it. We'll take a look at it and make a decision. Josh
Yeah,
is
I
now
was
a
gonna
mod, so he can
say,
look at it.
doing those reports is is really helpful. Like I can't stress that enough. A lot of times we ID it, and we've got so much going on with so many other IDs that we don't go back and read the comments again, and we don't see the guesses. So when you guys can report those, it's really helpful.
Yeah, because there's just no way we keep up. It's just insane.
Mhm.
Comment, I believe you. How do you report? Okay, well, that's fairly simple. I'll show you how. I should be able to do this right here on the live stream. So we go up here.
I already deleted it.
I already deleted it, so it's not going to show up. Well, we could pretend like we're going to delete a comment
Mhm.
or
Yeah,
report a
delete one of
comment.
my comments.
No, but they're usually right. So you just come over here, and when it drops down, you just do report comment. It's kind of hidden. So
Yeah.
you report to group admin. Do this instead of this. This goes to Facebook, and it goes to their AI bots or whatever, and that's not going to get what you want. This gets our attention. You click it right there, and I think if you do that, it'll actually tell you, what category or whatever, why you're reporting it.
Brad. Oh,
He's the best
Brad.
moderator. Why is it Josh? Yeah, I think adding Josh was a good decision. I don't know why we didn't add it before. I guess we were just, everything was kosher, everything was working. But yeah, we could probably use a little bit extra help in the group,
We lost
especially this
mine.
time of year. Things are going to take off. Good afternoon. Found my first snake hiding, stay warm, curled on the bottom of a pallet. Oh man, that's a pretty little a checkered garter snake. This is probably,
I
these are
think
more
I
common
have
just
lost
west.
audio on Mark. Can you guys
You
still
lost
hear
my,
me?
you lost my audio? Hopefully I'm still okay. I'm still talking. It shows I'm still transmitting down here at the bottom. But let's see if anybody responds. It's going to take a few seconds. Yep, harmless gutter snake. I can hear both of you. So you just lost me.
Okay, weird. I've lost audio on Mark somehow.
That's weird. I don't know how to fix that or
Okay,
what I
I'm
can
gonna
even
try to
do.
read Mark's lips.
Oh boy. Yeah, all kind of technical difficulties. How long have I been on? 43 minutes. Cool.
That's so weird.
You want to drop off and come back on? Yeah, of course you couldn't hear me say that, so that didn't help. Testing. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You were there. Hello, 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 hello. You did have a delay for a little while. Uh-oh, you're froze now. Oh, no, you're not. Testing. We're still testing you. I'll just keep talking. That way you can kind of watch. Oh, hi. All posting for a friend in North Georgia. There's actually two snakes here. She's terrified. She thinks she couldn't get a better picture. Both of those. That one looks like a northern water snake. That one may be a plain-bellied. Let's see what everybody else sees. I can't see. Harmless water snake. Or rodeo. Yeah, it's hard to tell for sure. I don't know. Hopefully you get your audio back. You can always bail off it and come back in. Let me see if there's, what's this button? Oh, now I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you at all now. You're gone. Let me see. Is there a... Okay, I can mute you and turn you back on. You're back on. Let's see. Yeah, your volume is all the way up. I'll try muting you, bring you back up. Nope. I like the feature kick speaker. Okay, so where did he go? There he goes. Okay, I'm not sure what to do. I can't hear you at all. That's definitely a western rat snake. Bingo. Tell you what, Josh, you want to try logging back in? Let me try this button. So let me see if I... Let's see. Okay. Josh is gone, but we'll leave it up there because he'll probably be back online. He was talking for a little while, but then something. Yeah, he was trying to talk to me, but hopefully he'll be back. If not, we'll carry on here. Terrell, Texas, ID please. Yes, this is a real snake. I know what it is, but y'all really beautiful. Yeah, it's a real pretty bright red one. That is a western rat snake, and a lot of times they're in trees. They like to climb things. They even like to get into weird predicaments. So there's even I don't have it. It's a Facebook group called Rat Snakes in Predicaments, which is kind of funny. And they usually are found in all kind of weird places. So if you find a snake in a weird place or usually in a tree, very good odds it's going to be a Western rat snake. No guarantee, but definitely good odds. Let's see what we got going on. We'll wait for Josh, see if he comes back in. McKinney, Texas. Ah, there's a diamondback water snake. Got the bowl patterns on the side, and it looks like there's some X's right here. Kind of like a chain link fence that somebody painted and then dipped the paint and then stamped it on the back of a snake. So I see if he messages me or anything. No. I don't know if it's a problem on his end or what. Yep, there's our favorite plain-bellied water snake. These are just so plentiful. Anywhere there's water. I mean, I practically could find these in downtown Dallas at nighttime. They're just everywhere. Those are Western rat snakes. This plain-bellied water snake. Oh, man. So I've been seeing a lot of these popping up. These are the Texas coral snakes. A lot of people think they're the most, dangerous snake and the most, deadly snake in Texas. Well, they're not. There's never been anyone that's died from a Texas coral snake bite. That's not to say that they're not a big deal and you can reach down, pick them up, and play with them, because they can do a very, very serious bite. Extremely painful. And nothing you want to mess with, because you don't want to be the first that's died from one. So, death is a potential, but extremely unlikely. See, that's correct, but we would rather people would use the full name, so it would be, Texas coral snake or the scientific name. Christy Smith, yes, he's going to try to log back in, I'm sure. Something may have went wrong, because he should have the login. Let me take a look here. Nope, he hasn't messaged me or anything, so he must be working on something. Or he's just plain giving up. I wonder if his earbuds died. The battery or something died in them. I think I know what kind of snake it is, but I like confirmation. Burleson, Texas. This is another plain-bellied water snake. This is a juvenile. As you can see, there's not much head pattern on it, and it's getting a little bigger, getting a little darker, but he's still got those nice little chalk marks on the back with the nice pattern on the side. I've noticed that most baby or young plain-bellied water snakes have at least some reddish color on their side. That kind of fades away as they get older. Oh, this is interesting. Quite a bit of Western rat snake activity in the garage. Okay, hang on, something caught my eye. This is Matt Morris. Just Josh texted and said he was permanently removed. Oh no! I bet whenever I booted him, that permanently removes him. Hey, I learned something tonight. Well, we'll fix it, Josh. I can't really fix it right now, probably. Hopefully that doesn't mean forever. That's kind of funny. Wow. Oh, well, okay. Anyhow, let's go back to this. The fun excitement here. Sorry, Josh, didn't mean to do that. Oh, yeah, check this out. You got 2 rat snakes. Okay. Now, snakes, either 2 males will sometimes fight over a female, and then you have 2, a male and a female, will look kind of like they're fighting sometimes whenever they're trying to reproduce. So if you kind of watch the behavior, let's see so we can tell what's going on in this case. Normally, mating behavior will be twitching. Like, see that one on the bottom is twitching a little bit? But if they're trying to fight, they'll usually be twisting each other up and trying to push one of the other one's head down. So let's just kind of watch and see if we can see. We have to watch it over again. So we can back it up. Here we go. Let's see if we can kind of tell if this is mating or is this fighting. Maybe there's another video. Let's make this bigger. See if this kind of messes everything up. No, I can't get it. Yeah, see how they're... Oh yeah, that's fighting. These guys are wrapping each other up and pushing on each other. Sometimes males get confused. They'll try to breed with another male. Yes, I don't know, man. I think that is fighting, though. That's really interesting. Oh, great. How do I get back out? There we go. Why are we not going back to Facebook? I don't want that. Ah, there we go. Very cool observation. See, I don't know. It's kind of like it's like two males that are confused or something, because they kind of go in and start like they're breeding. Like here, this twitching and this rubbing, that is a typical breeding posture. But then you see them down here freaking out and acting like they're fighting. And at one point, you could see the male is trying to push the female's head, or the other one's head down. I'd have to watch it more to see. I'm not convinced that it's either way yet. Kind of tricky. Sometimes they get confused, do some weird stuff. Friend sent me this, said it's a cottonmouth. Not sure. I don't have a picture of the head. Identification, Woodville. Wow, there's not a whole lot to go on here. There's just a little bit of pattern. I don't think it's a cottonmouth. I would need to zoom in and do some work on that to try to figure it out. I'm kind of guessing almost hognose looking-ish, but man, I would not make a identification on this one. Positive one. Nobody else has either. How long has it been up? 8 hours. That's why. Nobody's confident in what the ID is on this guy. So I think the person doing the video possibly scared them and caused them to freak out. Okay, that's definitely possible. That was Josh saying that. I could buy that, because it sure did look like breeding at first, and then it didn't. I don't know. It's kind of weird. What kind of snake is? Pilot point. I did not kill it. Well, look at the little white little hash marks. Another plain belly water snake. Terrell, Texas. Is this a water snake? No, that's not a water snake. That's the other very common snake. It's the western rat snake. You see the gray head on it and the white chin. These cool patterns in the red. See where the red's at here? A lot of times this can be orange, yellow. The whole thing can kind of almost be black. But this is a cool one because it's got a lot of white in it too. See the little white patterns and stuff there. That's cool. Let's see. Josh Reed says, I was permanently removed instead of temporarily. Yeah, I'll have to try to fix that. I don't know. I wonder if I just send you another... if I just send you another, what do you call it? A request that'll just, work. I need to put that there permanently. Oops. Oh well, I'm a rookie. So please give me a positive ID. Pretty sure I know what it is. Daughter house in Pearland, Texas. She already moved it. Okay. A little tricky, but I'm pretty confident. There's kind of a stripe down its back. I can see a little bit of pattern on here. And it almost looks like a dark area here. I think I'm going to go with DK's. Yeah, DK's brown snake. It's a tough one without being able to zoom in. Oh, yeah, check that out. Let's take a look at this. I haven't seen this. But just them being in the chicken coop will get the name chicken snake. These guys will get that name because of that. But this is not technically a chicken snake, because really there is no technical thing called chicken snake. I mean, a lot of people use that as a colloquial term. But this is two western rat snakes. And they're in there going to be eating some eggs, because they absolutely love eggs. If you have a chicken coop and you're not doing anything to predator proof it by sticking like hardware cloth or anything on it, you will have a rat snake show up. There's just no doubt about it. Unless you're just in a state or an area where there are no rat snakes. It just seems like to be a beacon in the night. It's really cool. Oh man, there's two western coach whips together. It almost makes you wonder what they were doing together, because typically you don't find them together. So I bet they're in there breeding. It's that time of year. Can I identify this, please? Lawn maintenance found. Oh man, see, lawn maintenance people are horrible about this. They like to kill snakes and they think they're doing homeowners a favor when they're not. This is a western rat snake. These are super beneficial snakes, and I hate seeing that. But you know, I'm sure somebody killed it and thought they were doing the right thing. Hopefully, the landowner, corrected them and said, don't think that's a good idea. Let's not do that again. But it's done. And here's another western rat snake. Somebody obviously either it was almost a lawnmower or something with that one. Um, it's the same snake I just posted. I'm not sure. Under a garage, under my car in the garage. Not a great picture. It was in Argyle. Left him move along. This is a plain belly water snake. See the pattern on the side. You get the little bars here. Little dopey look on his face. So as you can see, there's a theme. Plain belly water snakes and western rat snakes are definitely the most common snakes. Let me see, Josh. Is there any way I can click on your name? I don't think it's going to look in the feed. Man, that sucks. Maybe there's a place I can go and where it keeps a track of all the people I've banned, and I can go in there and unban you. That is just, it's just crazy. Oh well. And we do also get some non-snake things. Not a snake. What kind of spider is this? I don't know for sure. There's not much there to tell. Probably a wolf spider of some sort. Yeah, most likely. That's just kind of a guess. And I would post that in the group unless I knew for sure. Another water snake. This is a diamondback water snake. So all the snakes we've looked at tonight, we've only had a few species. It's been pretty redundant. Another rat snake. Georgia wolf spider. Okay, I can't say it's not. Another timber rattlesnake, so that's cool. Still never found one. Man, I gotta get out more and find one of those this year. Another diamondback water snake. Is that diamondback? Yeah, it's gotta be a diamondback. It's hard to tell a little bit. It's too small. I'm gonna scroll through kind of quick. Plain bellied western rat. It's gonna be western rat too. That looks like it's going to be a flat-headed snake. Without zooming in, I'm kind of guessing. Let's just see. I don't see a ring neck on it. Nope, nobody's guessed it. How long has it been there? Almost a full 24 hours. It's hard to see, but this makes me think it's a plain flat-headed snake. It's got that black head and it's got that light color, real thin. A little thinner than a rough earth snake. They tend to be, at least, ones I've seen. So I wouldn't bet on it. I wouldn't post it in the group yet because I'm not positive, but I'm almost positive that's going to be a flat-headed snake. It almost looks like it's even kind of wedge-shaped that the black is on the back, so very likely it's a flathead. Yeah, there's a nice little eastern copperhead, and it's got where the pattern thins out in the middle, kind of make an arrow glass. If you're looking straight down, it'll be like an arrow glass, or some people call Hershey Kisses. But whenever people talk about copperheads and Hershey Kisses, it's annoying because they they say like all copperheads have the Hershey Kisses, or if a snake doesn't have Hershey Kisses, it can't be a copperhead. Well, the broad band of copperheads, by definition, it's in their name, have a broad band that goes across the back. It's not doesn't arrow shape in. I mean, doesn't taper in at all. So that's the only reason I kind of hesitate using the Hershey Kiss method, because then it turns into everything's a Hershey Kiss. Josh said a couple of us were talking about heading out east a bit to find timbers sometime soon. That'd be kind of cool. Like a fun trip. Oh man, I saw this. People tagged me in it. This is cool, man. This is an albino diamondback water snake. They look a little thin, but it's so cold today, and it was cold. Got cold last night. I would like to find something like that. Looks like something's going on with him. It could be just debris. But that would be really cool to go find. Of the thousands of water snakes I've found, I've never seen anything cool like that. Another plain belly, the young one. Well, I can't tell for that picture without zooming in, and maybe not even then. Somebody identifies a western rat snake. It's climbing up a wall. Good chance it is. Another western rat snake. Let me see something cool. That's a western rat snake. Oh, that's a caligaster. That's a prairie king snake. Sometimes they call them mole kings in certain areas. I'm sure that's what they. Somebody. How long has that been up there? 23 hours, only one ID. Just kind of curious. Yeah, prairie king. Okay, making sure they got the right ID on it. Oh man, this is a. It looks like a western rat snake got hit on the road because it's on a road surface. I see some blood and it's on its back. And another, probably a male, is coming along and trying to breed with it. That's sad. That is really sad. Let's see. Oh, that's cool. It's a bull snake. See that nice big, kind of that almost skin colored pattern, and there's little black markings inside that too, and then with the black banding. That's definitely a bull snake. Can't tell how big it is. That's the tail. See, if you look, you can see it kind of changes pattern a little bit. It's more of just barring here, but if you go farther, it stops on the back. But as you go back here, the bands go all the way down and around. Now, okay. Now, the way Josh asked, he said, harmless snake, what city, state is it found in? I said bull snake, but technically I don't know if it's a bull snake. It is definitely a pitchwolfus, or one of the gopher snakes. And a bull snake is a subspecies of gopher snake, so the proper ID was probably gopher snake. But even saying that, there's one other possibility. It could be a fox snake. And fox snakes are in northeastern United States. They look a lot, the body of them look like a bull snake, but the face of them looks like a rat snake. They're really cool, really, really cool snakes. And I have a feeling that's why Josh asked that, because he knows that could be a fox snake. Let's see what first name is. Heiko, definitely a bull snake then. That the only snake in that whole family is going to be the bull snake. So, yep. Very cool. So I gotta jump back out of that. Okay, another western rat snake. More western rat snake. Man, people are finding these rat snakes breeding. All these snakes are breeding. That's just awesome. I've rarely ever came across that. So that's pretty cool. Another plain belly water snake. Gold ribbon snake. If it was a garter, it would have bands on its face right here. And this band, of course, you can't see in this picture very well. We're kind of over here. This band would be lower down on its body. And there's a couple other like little half moon shapes on the belly, but on the side, kind of the belly, but you're not going to be able to see that from this angle. Plain belly water snake. Eastern hognose. Western rat snake. Western rat snake. That's a DK's brown. Plain belly water snake. Broadbanded copperhead. That's probably going to be. That's probably right there on the line between broadbanded and Arlington. Yes, it's going to be mostly broadbanded, but there's a little bit of eastern copperhead in that. And you just got to. If you see enough of these, you start picking out the little subtle details of what makes a broadband, what makes an eastern when they're mixed together like that. Western rat. Well, that might be a black rat. Where's this at? Oh, it's Bradford. Okay, it's definitely Western rat. Oh, okay. That's cool. This is a mud snake. Western mud snake. That is awesome. Oh, man. Wish I had more video of this, because they'll turn their tails around. They're red underneath, bright red. And on the tip of their tail, they have a spike. And they'll actually, if you pick them up, sometimes wrap around you and stick that spike right in your arm. And they'll do it like underneath your arm, so it feels like they're stinging you. So I think that's kind of where some of the myths came with snakes stinging people with their tails. Let's see, Josh said, we've had tons of breeding posts lately with Obsoletus and Nerodia. Man, it's 'tis the season. But these are cool because they only eat like amphibians, like amphiumas and three-toed sirens. things like that. There are neat snakes, and they get big too. They get over 6 feet, and their bellies usually are bright red and black, red and black kind of checker pattern on the belly. I found a few of these. Found a couple alive. I think I even have a video of me holding one, or some photos at least. I don't think there's a video of me catching it. But down in the big thicket area, there was the first one I ever saw. Way cool. Chris Smith, Copperhead. Is that when the two different pattern snakes mate together? Yeah, well, for copperheads, there's a few other species that do this, but the copperhead species, there's like two main species in Texas. There's the eastern and the broad-banded. Those used to be broken down a little different over the years into subspecies. Now they just have a full species. But those species, they come together right through the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, just on the a little bit farther east and then dead center, so just off a little bit. Right down through the middle of Dallas is pretty much the center line. But it's not perfectly straight. It's jagged and it's not perfect. But where those two species meet, they could breed it. No problem breeding. They're like all one species. So whenever you start defining a species, it's a little more tricky than you think. A lot of scientists and stuff don't even really agree on what a species is. Because humans like to put everything in boxes, and wildlife and nature is usually a gradient of color. It's not a black and white issue; it's a gradient. So we just find an arbitrary point in the middle and say, okay, that's where we're going to divide this, and we're going to call everything over here this and everything over there that. So that's kind of what happened with the copperheads. So they breed very, very easily. So the eastern copperheads found over like in Tennessee, and you find like a broad-bandeds over in Hood County where I'm at. And you mix those two together, you get a blending of those colors and patterns. But the things right in the middle there, they kind of don't really look like either one, and so you get some really cool colors and pattern mixes in there. Christmas said, what you get is not quite eastern and not quite broad-banded. Correct. It is. It's called an intergrade. Sometimes people call it a hybrid. But it's a mix of the two. So it's very cool. And I think they make some of the prettiest copperheads. There's this netting. If you've got this bird netting, please pull it up. This stuff is horrible. I have pulled so many snakes out of this stuff. It tears them up. A lot of times they die in the thing. I had two eastern hognose stuck in a netting at the same time, and they were really in it hard. It took a long time to get those guys out. I think I have that on video. I know I have it on video. I think I posted it somewhere. Man, a beautiful box turtle. Western Denton County. Man, it's a pretty one. I think I'm about done here. I've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. Sorry, Josh, for all the troubles. And sorry, everybody, didn't go smoothly tonight. I will keep doing this, and we will get better and better at it and add some more and more stuff to it. And we'll once in a while have new guests. Hopefully we can have Josh back, and I didn't do something that I can't undo easily. But hey, I'm learning. It's just the way it works. Anyhow, thank you for joining me, and until next time.